Well, good morning, Team Activate. And oh my goodness, I am so excited and thrilled that you could be joining me today. For those of you that haven't met me, my name is Grace Venter. I live on the very warm Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, and it is my absolute honor and privilege to be interviewing the one and only Erika this morning. And you guys are going to be absolutely blown away by this lady and what she has achieved in her business and in her absolute science geeky brain and what she shares with us this morning. So I am super, super excited to introduce Erika Dale. She joined network marketing in 2012 because she couldn't make ends meet financially. I know that feeling all too well. She was told the old school way to go to school, get a job, and life will be good. I am not all about good. I want to be great. I want to absolutely excel in this so-called thing called life. She did that. She got a master's degree, but she could barely pay the bills. The final straw was a shut-off notification for her electricity in the dead of winter. And she lives in the United States, so I know that that dead of winter would be freezing. Having to go to the assistant's office to ask for help was something that Erika found incredibly humiliating, but also the final motivating straw to change her life. She didn't manage to learn how to manage her finances, and with the success that she had, the company declined and she was nearly back to the same financial position she was. In 2015, she joined LifeVantage, and oh my goodness, what a blessing it is for her to be with LifeVantage today. She joined with $226 to her name. She vowed to learn how to manage her money if she had success, and she did just that. In a few years, she is one of the top 200 income earners, leading a $1.2 million a year team. The opportunity for Erika and her beautiful husband, Jesse, has allowed them to close their brick and mortar gyms, no longer owning jobs, truly understand the power of leveraged income. Now she has a lifestyle that allows her to do what she wants, when she wants, and with who she wants. And oh my goodness, I am so excited to ask the one and only Erika Dale to unmute and introduce herself.
Awesome. Hey guys. Hey Aussies. I love it. Thank you, Grace. I'm so just humbled to be here. I see some familiar faces, which I'm just so excited about. You kind of nailed it. I was told go to school, get a job, and life would be great. And I did all that. I had a master's degree and I was working as a foster care therapeutic therapist. And I loved what I did. Don't get me wrong, you guys. I mean, it was rewarding. It was tough. It was very tough. Some days I remember I had a 10-year-old client who was bigger than me. I mean, this little girl was like a fullback on a football team, and she had anger issues, right? She was in therapeutic foster care. And there were days when I'm like, at what point is this little girl going to come at me? Because she's just so angry. And so it was very sad. But I couldn't make ends meet financially. And I always had this entrepreneurial spirit. My mom and dad own a printing company. But if you know anyone that owns a business, you kind of said it earlier, Grace, they own a job. Anyone that relate to that? I did not want to own a job. And I watched my dad, who is a phenomenal father, come to every one of my events, which is great. But guess what happened once my softball game was over? He went back to work. We didn't have him in the evenings. And so the thought of being a business owner, while it excited me, I'm like, I don't want that life. I don't want to do that. And very quickly I was 28 years old, network marketing came to me. And I was like, absolutely not. So I know there's probably some people on the line that have been like, no, not going to do that. Like I was this girl, like, no, I'm better than that. I have a master's degree. But guess what? When push came to shove and I couldn't pay my electric bill, I really didn't have any other options. And so I went back to that girl who happened to be my freshman roommate in college that invited me. And guess what, guys? This was 10 years ago. She is not a network marketer. In fact, she's a principal at a high school. Good for her. That's awesome. But she invited me because she was excited at one point. She just never stuck it out. But I was in desperation. I said, if this thing, and that's what I called network marketing, a thing, if this thing can bring me a couple $100 a month, sign me up, because I have nowhere else to get that kind of money. And so that was 10 years ago. That was actually a different company. But fast forward to today, I understand that this is a real business. This is an opportunity. And just like anything else in life, if you want to go and be a doctor, well, you better put in the time. You better learn the skills to go and make that kind of money. And network marketing is no different. It's just you have to get your mind around it, right? You've got to change your mindset in order to become successful in this industry.
Oh my goodness, I totally relate. We are so incredibly excited in Australia. We have just launched NAD and Axio, and next weekend we have got Dragon Fruit Axio launching, which is the caffeinated version. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions based on, your experience with NAD and Axio, just to give people a bit of an understanding of why our products are so amazing. So you have a master's degree in, what's your master's degree in?
So my master's degree is in school counseling, but I have a PhD in holistic nutrition.
So NAD is right up your alley, I'm assuming. Is that right?
Yeah, here's what's crazy, guys. You said, Grace, you said earlier with my science nerdy brain. Listen, I watched that ABC video that I would assume most of you have checked out, and I was like, I don't get it. So I was not the science person. I was not the nutrition guru. But because of LifeVantage and because of what I've seen over the last 7 years, I decided I had the time and I had the resources to go and get my PhD in holistic nutrition. And so now, 7 years later, 38 years old, the science speaks to me and I get it. And it's absolutely incredible what we have our hands on.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I just got goosebumps. So what is NAD? I know, there's a lot going around about infusions and supplements and things like that, but what is your holistic nutrition side of what is NAD and what is the benefit of supplementing or activating NAD?
Yeah, so I did not know what NAD was, if any of you guys are like me, until we got our hands on it. And, anytime LifeVantage comes out with a new product, I'm always so trusting of them, because I do believe and I do trust in the research that they've put in, the time that they've put into it. And they're not just going to put a product in front of us just to make some money. That's not the company that we're a part of. Thank you. But so I wanted to learn more. I wanted to understand. So NAD is essentially, to kind of make it so that I could understand it, it's a coenzyme. We've all heard of enzymes in the body. So NAD is a coenzyme, and it's central to metabolism. So any of you ladies especially, we love to tell people that oh, we're just aging and the weight gain is just our metabolism has slowed down, which actually isn't true, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Essentially, when you age, you just slow down. You slow down. Your physical being slows down. And that's why we tend to hold on to some body weight, because we're still eating the same way as we were when we were 18, 19, 20 years old, and we were moving around like crazy. But the NAD coenzyme is in every cell of our bodies. So if it's in every cell of our bodies, you guys can understand how important it is that we are making sure that it's working the right way, right? And so you mentioned, Grace, that you can do the IVs and you can do the supplements and all the things. And I remember when we launched NAD, shortly after, we were at an event, and Eric Worre, if you guys know who he is, he told us from the stage that he goes and gets NAD IVs. And he also went on to tell us that they were somewhere around $10,000 to get these IVs put in his body. So do you want to spend $10,000, or do you want to spend, and I'm talking, American dollars, but do you want to spend $52 for a product that will activate the NAD pathway. So much like the NRF2 and the NRF1, which you guys have been familiar with for a little bit, the NAD product that we have launched activates that NAD pathway, meaning that it gets the body recreating and reproducing something called sirtuins. And I know these are words that I was like, what? There's a famous quote, how are your sirtuins doing? And I'm like, oh, that's so cheesy, but it's pretty cool, because if your sirtuins aren't doing, if they're not working the right way, your body's not working the right way. It's the same thing with the NRF2 and it's the same thing with the NRF1. So what NAD is really, how I understood it when I was first getting involved with this, was the NAD is kind of like the mom. How many of you guys are moms? Mums. You guys are mums, right? If you get sick, like you're not allowed to get sick, right? That's the famous phrase. Moms don't have time to be sick. You don't get off days. You don't get to be sick. Like if you're in bed with a headache or an illness, those little babies are still knocking on the door. They still want their food. They still want to be cuddled. They still want all the things. That is exactly what your sirtuins and what your NAD is in your body. They are mom, and they are telling the body what to do. They are directing everything else in your body. And so I hope by telling you that part that you understand how important it is for your overall health. The other things that NAD does is it doubles your body's production of the sirtuins. So not only does it get the body to produce sirtuins again, it doubles the production. And now we're talking about things like not just your overall health. We're talking about longevity of life. We're talking about your mood. Anybody want better mood? Focus. So I started taking NAD here in the States. I believe we came out with it in 2019. Don't quote me on that, you guys. But I had already been on NRF2. I'd been on NRF1. And when I started NAD, I'll be honest with you. I'm like, what else could this do? I feel amazing. And the second I started taking it, I remember this day to a T. I had a meeting set up with a woman who I didn't want to go meet with. I did not want to go spend an hour of my time with her. I didn't. But guess what? I was slated to do it. So I took this NAD, first time ever, had never put it in my body. And I remember sitting in front of a laptop with this girl. And normally, like, if you're distracted or you don't want to be somewhere, what are you actually doing? Like, you're on your phone or you're watching the people. We were in a Starbucks. And this was me during that meeting. Laser focus on her laptop, teaching her what she needed to be doing. By the way, this was not a LifeVantage person. This was something else. I did not want to be there. But I was so laser focused. And the only thing that I had changed up of my morning routine was adding the NAD. Wow. The other thing that people have told me is clarity, concentration, energy, and motivation. I had a girlfriend tell me after adding on the NAD, she's like, I'm like cleaning my house every single day. And I'm not wanting to do it. I'm not tired. Like, I'm excited to go and clean my house.
Oh, wow.
That's what NAD is going to do for you.
I don't want to take it because I don't want to clean my house every day. That's like, I draw the line at cleaning my house daily. Like
I hear
a second day kind of gal. So you mentioned NRF1 and NRF2. So for those of you, very briefly, if you've never been introduced to those, NRF2 is our powerhouse. It's all about internal stress levels. And NRF1 is the battery of your cells. So it's like that mothership of each and every cell. So Erika, in 30 seconds, what does NAD do when you're taking NRF1 and NRF2? Does it make it more potent? Does it not?
Oh yeah, it is incredible what the three of them do together. So, and I had the stats, you guys. I'm not at my normal house, if you can tell. That's why I had to give the dogs bones because they're freaking crazy. They don't know where they're at right now. But the amount. So let's just say that if you're taking NRF2 and NRF1, when you add NAD, they both, all three of them, they skyrocket. The amount of production in the body is like, it's more than 10x. I mean, I think one of them was like 1,200 times. It's insane. And I know Grace has the slide that shows that. I'm like, I don't care who you are. If you don't want to add an extra $40, when you see those numbers, if you tell me that you see those numbers and you don't want to add the third thing in, I don't know who you are. because we're all here to protect our health. We're all here to do better and feel better. Adding the NAD uploads every single one of them.
So I'm just going to wrap up with, can you take NAD on its own by itself?
Yes, you absolutely can. It's going to help you. It's going to give you benefit. But again, if you want the fullest benefit, which I think we all do, I would highly recommend the Tri-Synergizer, or bare minimum, the NRF2 and the NAD together.
Yes, I love that, because for me, I am a shift worker. You can probably see the bags under my eyes. I messaged Erika at 1:30 this morning because I just walked out of work. And I was like, I am waiting for my NAD to work because I've only taken it 10 minutes ago. So prepare for the eyes to just start sparkling soon. Axio, what is Axio? You know, I know for me personally, I used to be addicted to those really sugary energy drinks at, you know, everywhere you go, there's an energy drink available. So what is Axio, and why is it so amazingly different to other crappy products out there?
First off, I'm so excited that you have both of these products. This is, oh, it's so good. It's so good. So Axio, you guys, it's an energy mix-in. And listen, just like Grace, I was addicted to energy drinks. So when I joined LifeVantage, I was a gym manager. I was working 60 hours a week. And if you guys go to a gym, or if you've ever walked into a gym as a new person, that gym manager is the keystone of the gym, right? I had to be energetic. I had to be smiling. It didn't matter if we had just gotten in a fight in the office. Like, nope, it's Disneyland, it's Cinderella. And I was addicted to coffee, Bangs, I think were the energy drink, or Monsters, Red Bulls, you name it. At one point, I had a girlfriend and she watched my day and she was like, I don't know how your heart is still in your chest, because I drank so much caffeine. And so I started drinking Axio and adding NRF2 and the other products. And very, very quickly, I realized, like, I don't need these drinks. I am not addicted to caffeine anymore, because now my body is producing the right amount of caffeine, or the right amount of energy, I should say. So Axio is an energy mix-in. I don't know what you guys have over there yet. You said you're getting dragon fruit, but we have
low calf red raspberry at the moment. That's what we've just launched. You can see here.
Oh yeah,
low calf red raspberry, and dragon fruit's coming next week.
You're gonna love it. So decaf, low calf, caffeinated. What I love is we have grape for our low calf. We have red raspberry too, but we have grape, and I'm obsessed with grape. And my husband is not a grape fan, but for whatever reason, every day this week he has taken a swig of my drink, and then he's like, bleh, bleh, why is this grape? And I'm like, well, why are you drinking my drink? And he's like, well, I just keep thinking you're gonna have a different flavor in it. And I'm like, every day, grape. That's what I do. But here's the really cool thing is, I don't need the caffeinated ones. I like them, and they do have a time and a place. But in that afternoon, when I don't want to overload on caffeine, I throw a decaf or a low calf into my water, and it still gives me the brain boost that the caffeinated ones do. It still takes me, I always say, 0 to happy in 60 seconds. At that 3 p.m. mark, when you're just crashed, you want to go raid the refrigerator, or want to eat every piece of sugar in your house, put an Axio in your water, give it 60 seconds before you go and add 5 pounds onto your body. I promise you it works. But it's really filled with good ingredients, Grace. So if you guys want to go and do your due diligence, do your research, go research what a Red Bull has in it. Go research what any of the energy drinks on the market have in it. And go research it. The research will tell you this is not good for you. Yet I don't even know how many $1 million company or $1 million industry for energy drinks. Give people a sample of your Axio, or give them 7 days worth and tell them to take it for 7 days. Tell them to get rid of their energy drinks for 7 days and take your challenge. And I guarantee they will become a customer, because this is like nothing else.
And so you mentioned, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions about, you know, gym and sports people. And I've just got rid of my questions because I really want to know more about gym. And so for you, working with, you know, you would work with athletes, and you and Jesse, obviously still, you guys have the incredible macro Macro Millionaire, if I just remembered that correctly. Yes. So you're
For sure.
working with athletes and you're working with high level, sports men and women. What is your, why should they take LifeVantage's products? Why should they take their, our supplements to activate their day? What stands us apart from other companies out there?
I think just that it's an activation company. It's not a supplementation company. And it's hard to explain sometimes, right? Because especially in the gym world, you guys, if any of you are athletes or, my husband, I know many of you know him or have seen him, he's a meathead. He is a meathead. He has grown up in the bodybuilding world. It's all he knows. And I call him that to his face. Like this is nothing new. So even when I came to him with activation, I'll be honest, I brought this to him for him to tell me no, because I didn't want to get back into network marketing because I was burnt out. And I was like, we don't take supplements. We don't take products. We don't believe in supplementation. And so I brought him the ABC video in hopes that he would say, absolutely not. We're not putting our names to that. And he watched the video, and you can just grab his picture and show your athletes, show your gym people this man puts his name to activation. And what he said to me in that moment was, if this product does what it says it does, we all need to be taking it. We need to be taking it. Our friends need to be taking it. Our family needs to be taking it. And he truly understood what activating your body could do for you. And so, the easy conversation is, do you want a Band-Aid? Supplementation, a Band-Aid, we all understand that. Or do you want to get to the root of the problem? Do you want your body working for you? Do you want the leg up on your competition? So in the athletic world, if you just say that, we all want the leg up on our competition. And activation is what's going to do it for them.
And so LifeVantage's products, are they able to, if you're competing, because I know bodybuilders, they're under very strict, codes of banned substances and things like that. Are you able to take LifeVantage's products when you are competing?
Yeah. Yep. And what's really cool, and here in the States, we have the NFL, right? So if any of you guys follow football or soccer, the NFL, we have, and in my team, I have customers who are in the NFL. And here's what kind of stinks about it, is they don't want to tell anybody that they're on these products. And I'm like, no, please go tell the world that you're on these products so we can get every NFL player on them. But they don't want to. So last season, the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win, but they went to the Super Bowl. And I think it was like the first time in, I don't know, I don't follow sports, you guys, but it's been crazy. Like, probably not in my lifetime have they been to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl, and multiple of their athletes are on our products. They're on our products, and they're obsessed with them. So yes, it's totally okay. We have Olympic athletes, we have professional athletes, we have amateur athletes, we have the BSCG label on our products, so it's totally legit and it's totally okay for them to take.
And I guess the way you could, if you are speaking to a professional or professional athlete, the fact that our products are made up of everyday ingredients. So Protandim is turmeric, bacopa, green thistle, green tea, milk thistle. Clearly my brain, that NAD just clicked in, because now I want yes. So they are everyday ingredients that I'm sure so many of athletes will be taking individually. So it's an easy switch out. I want to ask you in, second last question is, where's LifeVantage going? Where is this company? I know in Australia, we are counting down the days until collagen gets launched in Australia, but where is this company going? I know last night we spoke about, we are breaking ranks. We are going to have some new big numbers. So where do you see in the next 5 to 10 years LifeVantage going?
Oh gosh, it gives me just chills, because I've been here for 7 years. I just came out of Global, and I know that normally a lot of you would be there next year, I hope. But I will tell you, I just got off the phone call with Taylor Warner. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to meet him yet. He's brand new to LifeVantage, but let me tell you, what corporate has done on the back end and the shifts that they've made and the people that they're putting in, it's what we need to put this company into overdrive, to put this company into momentum. So short answer, where is Life going? Where is LifeVantage going? To the moon. Like that's where we're going. We are going to the moon, and you guys are already here for it. And if you're not, I know that this was a call for distributors and prospects. If you're a prospect on this call, if you're looking at this company, here's what I'll tell you. This might be your first time ever hearing about LifeVantage, but it won't be your last. And all I can tell you is you don't want to hear about where this company has gone in the next year and had the opportunity to jump in right now. It is happening. You guys, I've been a part of this company for 7 years. I've been in network marketing for 10 years. My last company, I got in after they hit momentum. And I still was able to grow to a $7,000 a month income after momentum. My leader, you guys know Rachel Pekarik. Rachel Pekarik texted me it was a couple years ago, and we were talking about momentum and like, what does that look like? Because I've never experienced it. She sent me a little sheet of paper like this, and it said 700. And I was like, what does that even mean? 700, I'm lost, right? She said, when we were thriving, when we were driving through momentum, that's how many enrollments a day we were having. Thank you, Grace. Your face says it all, because I've never experienced that. Like, if my team puts in like 10 enrollments a day, it is a great day. 700? So if you want to be a part of that, here's what you need to be doing. You need to get your paddles in the water. Right now, today. Don't wait until the momentum hits. Here's the cool thing. If you wait, you're still going to be a part of it. You're already here. I came in after that, and I still was able to create a lot of success. But what would it be like if you start right now? So that's what's coming, you guys. And I'm not a hype person, and Rachel's not a hype person. And so thank God for that, because she's never been one to say things like that to me. And so when she does, I believe it, because she's experienced it. So what we have coming, and with the new people inside of corporate and new product launches, and I can't wait for you guys to have collagen. It's gonna be really, really, really good.
I can't wait to not be a Mexican anymore, and I just can't wait for me to not feel like I'm going to get like the Australian Post, like corporate company just knocking on my door and being like, how many products have you smuggled into Australia? I am so,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, they're all in my body, so it's fine. There's no evidence anymore. They're all gone. So, in final question, is there anything that you would say to someone who is right now sitting on the fence, besides get your paddle in the water and start paddling like nobody's business? What would you say to that person that's maybe been in LifeVantage in the past, or has looked at it a couple of times and said no? What would you say to them right now if it was your, last 2 minutes?
Goodness, that's such a great question. I mean, I think really you have to look at, what does your life look like right now, right? And what would you change if you could like wave a magic Axio wand, right, and just change it and make everything come true right in this moment? What does that look like for you? And my question to those people would be, if you don't do this, if you don't join LifeVantage, what are you going to do? What's your plan B? What else is there? And there might be something for them, and that's okay. Go do that. Please go do that. But if you can't answer that question, because in 2015, when LifeVantage was brought to me, I couldn't answer that question. I was working 60 hours a week. I was skipping bills to pay bills, praying like, well, maybe they won't come after this one, so I'll pay this one. That was my life. And I had a master's degree, and I had a full-time career. I couldn't make ends meet. And now fast forward 7 years later, you guys, our world is completely different. Like, groceries back then probably cost 3 times what they cost right now. And that's affecting us worldwide. What are you doing to change your story? And if you don't say yes to this right now, what does your life look like in 5 years? And if you can't tell me that it looks different, then you better start doing something right now.
Oh my goodness. I just got goosebumps, because I know there are some massive things coming, and that wave of LifeVantage is on its way. So I want to thank you from the bottom of each and every one of our hearts for joining us tonight. You are amazing. We cannot wait to see you speaking around Australia. On behalf of Erika and I, thank each and every one of you for being here on this Super Saturday, and we cannot wait to talk to you, each and every one of you, soon.